Will now be recorded.
Okay. Hi all. So before I start my training, okay, let me introduce myself. Okay, I have overall, sorry, I have overall 13 years of experience. Okay, I started my career with an ABAP, and I moved to SAP UI5, Fiori, ABAP ODATA, and also I worked on various technologies like Node.js, CAPM, BTP, S4HANA, in-app and side-by-side extensions, ABAP CDS views, UI annotations, okay, RAP. I worked on various technologies. Okay, that is my I'm currently working also. Okay, and I'm working as a in BTP extensively. So that is my experience. And coming to the training, from past almost 10 years, I'm giving training on various topics like SAP UI5, Fiori, ABAP OData, BTP, CAPM, RAP, Node.js, JavaScript, CPI, S4HANA, in-app and side-by-side extensions, SAP Fiori. There are various topics which I'm giving training. Okay, so that is related to my experience and then my training. Okay, now coming to the today's demo which we are going to talk about it. Okay, so what are the topics which I'll be covering in today's demo is SAP evolutions from the starting day to till today. What evolutions had come in SAP which we are going to discuss. Clear? Now, next is the ABAP on cloud. Yes, everyone would work on ABAP and on premises and everything, right? So, what is the ABAP which is available in the cloud? What it is available that we are going to discuss. Okay, then BTP. Yes, now everyone are talking about BTP, BTP, BTP. What is it that we are going to discuss? Next is the ABAP RESTful application programming model. What is RAP? Okay, that we are going to discuss why we are using a ABAP RESTful application programming model in to develop our applications. Why we are going to use that we are going to discuss. Next is the S4 HANA in-app and side-by-side extensions. What is it? So the future, all the all the user exits, baddies, everything will get slowly will get deprecated. Enhancements, everything will be S4 HANA in-app extensions and side-by-side extensions. That is the future. Evolution is of ABAP. So from the starting to today, what evolutions has come in ABAP that we are going to discuss. SAP Fiori and then one RAP application we are going to develop. That this is the agenda which we are going to discuss in today's class. Next. Okay. So here, if you look at this one diagram, okay, I'm not going to discuss about the how, okay, whatever the picture which I'm going to show you here, I'm not going to discuss about any priority index. Means I'm not going to discuss which one has come first and which has come second. No, I'm going to discuss only what are the different techniques which has been introduced by the SAP that I'm going to discuss. Clear? So now the first, everyone knows that the SAP journey was begin with what? Anyone tell me which programming model? Anyone tell me what programming model that SAP has introduced? Please, anyone tell me, please. What programming model did SAP has introduced? Which program? Classical programming model, right? SAP started with the classical programming model, right? So, but as the time passed, okay, the business started changing and also the market began to evolve with cloud and mobile applications significantly in the digital infrastructure. Yes, absolutely. Once SAP started with the classical programming model, but later, obviously, the business started changing and evolution has come, and everyone are moving to the cloud and the mobile applications. Absolutely right. So that is what even every customer, every client is expecting it. And now the best recognized practice for programming is the before ABAP RESTful application programming model has come, that is called RAP. It was the ABAP programming model on Fiori. Okay, now afterwards, okay, afterwards the RAP has come into the picture. What is that? ABAP RESTful application programming model has come into the picture, and it is further going to continue to grow for next 20 years. Okay, from the SAP traveler point of view, many tools has been arrived, many techniques were developed, and new concepts emerged in the context of the interfaces, infrastructures, and integrations in SAP. From the starting date to till today, various techniques has been introduced by the SAP. Right? Various interfaces has been introduced by SAP. Various infrastructure has been introduced by SAP. Various integrations has been introduced in SAP. So this picture which I am talking about is that. Okay, from the starting date to till today, what evolutions has come in SAP, that is what which we are going to discuss. Okay? I'm not going to discuss which is coming first and which has come second. I'm going to discuss overall from the starting to till date what evolutions has come. This is what which I'm going to discuss. Okay, so the first is the file exchange. Okay, so interfaces, see, in the not only in the olden days, even today also, most of the people are using to transfer the files from SAP to non-SAP systems or SAP to SAP systems using the file transfer. Okay, so interface based on the file exchange is one of the oldest technique, okay, to provide the data to the third party system from SAP. Right, obviously without any complex coding and configurations. Okay, using the SFTP and FTP, we are able to transfer the file from SAP to any third party systems. Correct, what we are doing, we are putting our file into the A11. Okay, at the OS level there is a script running which pick the file from the A11 directory and dump it into the third party system. That was happening. Later, SAP has introduced the arrival of the PI, the process integration. So whatever the extracted file which is picked from the SAP is sent first to PI system. Okay, where here mappings we used to do, conversations we used to do, okay, encryptions we used to do, and lot of the things we used to do. Yeah. Can you just mute yourself, please, if you don't have any questions? Yeah. Okay. Just mute yourself, please. Thanks. Okay, so what we used to do, we used to send the file to the PA where mappings has been done, conversations has been done, and also encryptions we can do. Okay, then afterwards, then there is to send the file from the PA to the third party system. Okay, and also this PI system can convert the file into the design formats like JSON format, XML format, and also it will be possible to send the file in that format. Is it correct? So this is what which we are doing. Okay, and the biggest advantage of introducing NetWeaver PI as a middle fare for data transfer is that whatever the format or what type of data file requested by the business partner is possible to fulfill, which is not so flexible in the ERP systems. Okay, so now ERP cannot convert the file which we want. Then we will introduce the PI as a middleware, and this will convert it and dump it to the third party system. Is it right? That so this is what which we have done in the our old approach. That it was not even old approach. Still people are, it is old approach, but still today also people are, most of the clients are using still FTP to transfer the files. Is it clear? Correct. Next is the RFC. Yes, another approach which is also classical model. Okay, is a remote function call. Okay, so RFC interface is used to set up a communication between SAP and non-SAP, and also between the two SAP systems also. Okay, it runs on the client and server. Even today also people still using this RFC function modules. Okay, we used to keep the remote enable in the function module, right? So that external person can call this function module. Okay, or we can use even between SAP and SAP systems also. So what the client seeks for a function to perform and makes to call a RFC server, right? So these using this concept. Okay, so people still are using this transfer the data RFCs from SAP system to SAP, as well as SAP system to the non-SAP systems. They used to call this RFC function model in their external systems to get the data from the SAP system. Is it clear? Okay, so this is another technique which is still using by most of the clients. Clear? And the next is called the IDOC. IDOC is the intermediate document everyone knows, is another old approach but proven technique to communicate between SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP systems. IDOC interfaces provides a file format for exchanging the data between systems. The format of the data file consists of structures, fields, positions, and length, and further divided into headers, data segments, and status of the segment, record segment, right? Yes, we are using this IDOC as the intermediate to send the data from SAP to SAP as well as SAP to non-SAP systems. Okay, so using this one, and also obviously we have introduced the introduction of the middleware in like PA. Okay, it becomes more easy and flexible to handle, and we can communicate the data between SAP to non-SAP system using PA is very easy. Okay, so we can send the data from the SAP to non-SAP through IDOC, and if you are sending the data from non-SAP system, we use the EDA, electronic data interchange, right? So using this one, we are able to send the data. And the next is the SOAP, right? SOAP with the SAP version 7.0 and NetWeaver, SAP introduced a new technology called web services. Okay, for communicating and exchanging data between SAP and SAP and SAP non-SAP systems. This is very technique which most of the clients are using when they want to send the huge data from their system to the non-SAP systems. When you want to send a lakhs of records, so SOAP is the best approach, which is in the on-premises as well as in the cloud also. So if you are sending a huge data, you can use SOAP. Okay, so that SOAP is a messaging protocol that is supported by the version 7.0 onwards and with NetWeaver, and it is an internet-based technology. Even in the cloud also, people are still using the SOAP to send a huge amount of data. Okay, so to call the functions, HTTP protocol used, and the clients receives the details of the parameters and functions in the form of WSDL. What is that? WSDL stands for the Web Service Description Language. Okay, which is retrieved through a defined URL. The exchange of the communication using SOAP is via only XML messages only. Okay, so you can transfer the data from SAP to non-SAP systems and using the SOAP protocol. So this is what we go to the SOAP manager T code and we do configurations. Okay, any questions until now? So these are the various techniques from the starting to till date which we have introduced SAP. Is it clear? Any questions until now? No. The next is the one is called the S4 HANA. Yes, this was the main thing which is the big revolution has come in SAP. So no, right? It is a fourth version of the ERP business which suite provided by SAP, which is based on HANA in-memory database. Okay, the evolution happened both technology and the concept in SAP, and it got released in the 2015. Okay, so after releasing the S4 HANA, it has proven that no matter how complex are the business requirements or how large the data is, S4HANA is capable of to deal with every problem. Where S4HANA is available in the on-premises as well as it is available in the cloud. Okay, so what does it helps us? Okay, S4HANA follows the code to data paradigm, which uses a mechanism of code push down. Why we are using code push down approach, which means the complicated data computations happens in the database layer instead of application layer. So what does that mean is, see, in the olden approach, even today also, okay, when you go and create a report program and you will write a C that select the queries in the report program, when you execute, the execution of the select queries is happening where? Is it happening in the presentation layer? It is happening in the application layer. It is happening in the database layer. Where it is happening? Anyone please tell me? Where it is happening, the execution of this, the queries or everything? Anyone please? It is happening on the application layer. So when it is happening in the application layer, so we are seeing lot of dumps. Yes or no? Because of memory and everything. So with the introduction of the code push down approach, okay, in S4HANA, where you write your select queries in the CDS view. So when you execute the CDS view, the execution of the processing logic of the CDS view is happening in the main memory database. So that is the reason you will not see any dumps, and the performance of the select query is very, very accurate, very good. I have worked on lot of things and converted into all the select queries into the CDS view, and you will see a drastic change. For example, if it is executing in hour on program, then select queries which are taking huge time can be done in the minutes. Within less than 5 minutes, execution will be completed. I'm talking about hours to minutes within less than 5 minutes. So this is the paradigm concept, and this is the in-memory database. This is called the code push down approach. What do you mean by code push down approach means? See, generally in ABAP RESTfull program, we'll write select queries and we write ABAP code to get the data and we'll process it. But in introducing of the CDS view, we can do as much as possible calculations in the CDS views only. So when you execute the CDS, it is running on the top of the memory database. So as much as possible, if you use those functions or calculations, arithmetic functions in the CDS view, instead of using in the normal ABAP code in AC38, your performance will be very, very good. So this is, we call it as code push down approach. So by introducing this one, the performance of your all your programs will be very, very good, and we will not see any dumps of the in-memory performance issue dumps talking about. So this is what the, okay, very, very popular, and till today in future next 20 years this will be there. Clear? Any questions here? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
And the next is the OData. Anyone tell me what is OData?
It's an
OData,
open data protocol
okay. Mhm.
which we
Right.
use to send the data like we can consume that OData service in uh, Fiori apps.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. So OData stands for the Open Data Protocol. Okay. So as I started that ABAP RESTful application programming model, right? At the starting, I was discussing about that. Okay, uses the OData protocol only to it will get expose the data. Okay, so what is this OData? It is a protocol. Okay, so we are using that protocol and we are exposing the data from our SAP system to the outside world. because OData facilitates the best practice for building and consuming RESTful APIs. So the coming to the concept, OData is open, that it can be consumed by any application, any programming, any software, any device. So once you expose your data from your SAP system to the outside world using the OData protocol, then that OData can be consumed in any devices, any software, any applications, any programming language. Is it clear? Understood? Any questions?
No question.
Okay, so now understood. See, OData is nothing but a protocol. We are using that protocol and we are exposing the data. Okay, next is the CDS views and BOPF. Yes, absolutely. The CDS views is introduced once S4HANA system is there. It is not available in ECC system. Okay, that is called the core data services, which means in the application layer, CDS is defined to extract the data from the data layer to present to the applications. Okay, so it is functions that's very similar to the SQL statements, but data provided is semantically rich and it contains readable annotations also are there. Okay, so we can use joins, we can use compositions, we can use associations, we can use all the joins, and we can utilize the benefit of the SQL, because the CDS views has come from the base of the SQL. So we can use all the features of this SQL and we can get the data from the database using the CDS views. Clear? Any questions?
So what about the data model? Like the data model will be already reside in the system, or else we need to design it with the SQL.
We will design in using CDS views.
Okay. So the mappings will be provided by the, with the client or customer, or else we need to understand the mapping and start designing it over.
What do you mean by mapping, please?
Means, for an example, I'm talking about the tables, whatever the tables that have been coming up. Will it be already available, or else do
Okay,
we need to
go ahead,
design it
complete your question.
accordingly?
Okay, see, it's the same concept. There is no difference. We will be getting the FS. Of course, they will be starting with the BRD document. So based on the BRD, we'll have an FS, and based on the FS, we'll prepare TS, and afterwards we will be starting with the whatever we design in the TS, we'll be starting that into the development. Okay, so now
Okay.
what are the existing tables which are there? Okay, so we are going to use the CDS2 and get the data from those tables.
Okay.
Okay, and what are the tables which you want to create? You have to create
Mm-hmm.
normally with the different approaches. We go to SC11, we create a table, or we can go directly in Eclipse also, we can create tables.
Okay, got it. That's what my question. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Next, this is a BOPF, Business Object Process Framework. This is getting deprecated. But anyway, I will explain what is BOPF. Suppose in the Fiori applications, if you want to do any transaction data behavior, okay, and without using the normal SCGDB OData, you can consume directly into the BOPF and you can do. Okay, so it is specifically for the actions and transactions. Okay, so using this approach, you can do it. Okay, but this is getting completely deprecated and everything will be in the RAP. That is called the ABAP RESTful application programming model, that is called RAP. Okay, so now anyone tell me what is RAP? Anyone knows what is RAP? Anyone please tell me what is RAP?
RAP is a RESTful application programming. It is a
Mhm.
framework where we are like designing the full stack project through S4 HANA, something like that.
Okay, okay, anyone?
So, in the RESTful application means, are we calling any APIs from the open data sources, or are we going to use only the SAP HANA data to build it over? So, I have a confusion over here.
Okay, we'll discuss that question. No problem. I'll give the answer for you. Okay, anyone else knows what is RAP? No. Okay, so ABAP RESTful application programming model. It is a framework. It has a best practices. Okay, where you can use those best languages, best practices, best framework to develop an OData service, Fiori based OData service, or an API, so that API can be consumed into the Fiori applications, or that OData, that API can be consumed by any third-party applications. Is it clear? Is it clear? So finally, RAP is nothing but it using the protocol of data, and we are exposing the data from our SAP system to the outside world using the protocol of OData, but which follows the framework of the development of the framework of the RAP, with following the best languages, best practices, best framework. And then we are exposing the data to the outside world, whether it is OData or API. Okay, now point number one is clear. Second number, we can consume, okay, an external API into my RAP application. This is called the side-by-side extensions. Means, suppose your third party person has developed an API and you want to use that API into a RAP application. Yes, you can consume it. So finally, RAP is nothing but it is bringing you the best practices, best languages, best frameworks to develop the Fiori-based OData services as well as APIs. Is it clear or not? Any questions, guys? Anyone have any questions?
So, this consumed API can be directly used in the SAP screens, or do we need to do some kind of modification accordingly? Like, for an example, there is an open source which an application is being developed with the help of the other user, and he has been giving us through an API, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
calling that API to the SAP application. So, are we are going to integrate this the open source application framework to the SAP screens, or else do we have any kind of practice that we need to do before doing this activity?
So your question is, let me make it in this way. There is a third party system and they have
Yep.
given an API, and you want
Yep.
to consume that API into your Fiori application. Is it,
Yes.
this is your question?
Yes.
Okay. So see, you cannot, without any methodologies or any techniques in BAP, you can't consume anything, right?
Hmm.
Just like that. So you can use this RAP methodology to
Hmm.
consume it, okay, into your Fiori applications. See, what is Fiori application want? It is the OData service. Yes or no?
Yep.
Correct. So
Yes.
that OData service we are going to use to develop using SCGW project. Yes or no?
Okay. Got
Before,
it.
right? Now we are going to use RAP methodology to develop it.
Yes, we're
Okay.
replicating it with RAP.
Correct. RAP. So now what RAP? See, final outcome of SCGW is also OData, and also RAP is also OData. But what is the difference is, it is RAP is bringing you the best language, best methodology, best framework, so that the developer can develop the applications in an efficient way, and so that understood. Now understood what is the difference between the RAP and SCGW. It is bringing you the best concepts, best language, best frameworks to develop the enterprise grade applications. That is what all RAP.
Oh,
Final outcome is it is also giving an OData only or an API.
yep.
Okay,
Okay.
so now we can consume that external API inside the RAP, and the outcome of the RAP is OData.
Okay, got it. It is going to use the best framework that gives good for the application, and it will just give us the OData back. Right.
Correct. You use OData and you can consume this OData in Fiori application.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes, clear. So these are the evaluations from the starting day to till today, what happened in SAP? These are the evolution. Any questions here? Anyone have any questions? No questions. Perfect. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the evolution of the ABAP. Right. So if your SAP system is ECC business suite, okay, and if you have installed the SAP NetWeaver gateway into, just mute yourself if you don't have any questions, please. Still some noises coming. Satish, can you mute yourself? I'll just mute, not an issue. Okay, thanks. Okay, so now if your SAP system, is okay, ECC system, okay, and you have installed SAP NetWeaver gateway, okay, and we used to have Oracle DB, correct? So this is which is our older approach. I think still people are using still ECC, most of the clients. Now, if you want to move, upgrade, okay, or move from your ECC system to the S4HANA on-premises system or S4HANA public cloud or private cloud, yes, you can easily upgrade. Means you can easily move. I will not say easily, but you can move. Okay, with two options. One is you can directly go to the S4HANA on-premises system. Okay, or you can go directly to the S4HANA public cloud, private cloud. Okay, then your layer, ABAP layer will be same that if you move into the cloud or if you move into the on-premises system, your ABAP layer will be same. There is no change in that. But the change is in the HANA database. Used to in ECC, we used to have the Oracle DB. Now we used to have the HANA database. Now, yes, you said that once we move to the latest technologies, that is called S4HANA public or private cloud or S4HANA on-premises system, your ABAP layer will be the same. There is no difference. The only way you can develop applications in SAP is on-premises system or S4HANA cloud or public cloud is ABAP only. Is it clear? But what is it? The all the evolutions, all the new technologies, techniques can be developed using in the ABAP environment using the ABAP RESTfull application programming model. So if you want to develop the enterprise grade applications or cloud applications, then the best approach is the ABAP application programming model, that is called RAP. So all the ABAP layer evolutions are happening in the RAP. Okay, where RAP is available not only in the public cloud or private cloud, it is available in the S4HANA on-premises system greater than or equal to 1909 onwards. And also in BTP, there is a service called ABAP service, that is called SAP Cloud Platform BTP ABAP, where you can develop even the RAP applications there also. The database which we are going to use HANADB. Is it clear? Now understood what is importance of RAP? Any questions? No questions. Next. So if your SAP system is less than or equal to 7.5, okay, then the only way which you can use classical programming model, and you can use user exits, baddies, enhancement points, that's all. But if your SAP system is greater than or equal to 7.5, then we can use ABAP programming model on Fiori. Of course, CGW is there, and we can use series based development you can do, and BOPF you can do. But if you are in the S4 HANA on-premises greater than or equal to 1909, or if you are available in the S4 HANA public cloud or private cloud, or if you are available in the ABAP service in BTP, then you can use RAP. So the CGW and ODATA publish will get deprecated. Everything we use a business services, which is concept of RAP. Then serious use, which is there in the old approach, it's still there in the ABAP RAP also. So that is the reason I'm going to start my training with serious view. We'll go in depth serious view, then we'll move to RAP. Okay. Okay, then CDS based POPF, this all will get deprecated, and everything we are going to go with behavior definition implementation, the RAP methodology. Any questions here? Anyone have any questions? No questions. Perfect. Next. So what is RAP? So ABAP RESTful application programming model is nothing but it is a consist of best concepts, best tools, best frameworks, best languages, and best practices. The combination of this, so the developer can develop the application in an efficient way. So this is called the ABAP RESTful application programming model. So what it contains, we can do service development, means we can develop SAP Fiori UI services, that is that ODATA services, and as well as web APIs. We can use this RAP methodology. We can develop. We can use this RAP in greenfield development and the brownfield development. It is available in on-premises as well as it is available in the cloud. Clear? Understood now what is RAP? Any questions? Anyone have any questions, guys? Next. What is RAP contains? We have a database table, okay, and we are going to use this database table, and we are going to fetch the data, and we are going to display this data into the RAP methodology using the RAP methodology. Okay, so first what we will do, right, in the RAP methodology, we are going to create a CDS view that fetch the data from the database table. Okay, once we create a CDS view, then afterwards we are going to do all the steps. Okay, then we are going to create another CDS view and we'll make it as a root view. Okay, or you can make it in this CDS view as a root view. Okay, it means when you make it as a root view, it means you have started working on developing RAP methodology. Okay, then we are going to use root view, that is nothing but a CDS view, that is nothing but we are going to use data definition language to develop the CDS view. Then and data access control, in this CDS view we can restrict the data based on the authorizations. So that is what we are going to have, a data access control, and we are going to use data control language to develop this one. Next is called metadata extensions, is nothing but, see, everyone knows that we go to SC38 report program, we write select queries and we write the code, and we'll put everything into the internal table, and we are going to set that internal table into a function model, that is reuse will display function model. So this function model, when you execute it, will display the output, right? So now before going to the function models, we use the field catalogs to what are the column names, length, and everything, right? So that is converted into the metadata extension that is called annotations in the RAP methodology, or in the latest ABAP programming model on Fiori also. We use annotations for that to enhance the Fiori templates. Now, once this, as I said, RAP is nothing but a OData, right? So once we develop the OData, you can make it as internal table. So using this OData, you will consume in the Fiori templates. Fiori templates, you can equal it to the reuse ALV grid display function model. So what we are doing, internal table is nothing but OData in the latest, and the reuse ALV grid display function model is nothing but your Fiori templates. So you will use these templates, right? These Fiori templates, and you will consume the OData which you develop in RAP and develop the Fiori applications. Perfect. You have developed it, but if you want to do any updates, any creates, and everything, you will be defining in the behavior definitions. Means if you want to do validations, if you want to do verifications, if you want to do determinations, if you want to do actions, everything will be defining in the behavior definition. Is nothing but we'll be writing the behavior definition language. So once we define in the behavior definition, what we need to do, we will be writing implementation, behavior implementation. In that we will be writing ABAP OODS code for all the code of what we defined it. So this is called the RAP methodology. So finally, RAP methodology is nothing but is bringing you the best concepts, best tools, best frameworks, best languages to develop the enterprise grade applications. So what is the best framework? So this is the best framework it brought in the RAP methodology. Any questions, guys, here? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear? Understood what is wrap? So now what is that, right? In the before coming on to the wrap, okay, we used to have, I said, ABAP programming model on Fiori. So what it contains to develop the Fiori applications is we used to create a table. We used to create an interface view that reads from the table. Means we are going to create a CDS view that reads from this table, and we are going to create another CDS view or consumption view that reads from the interface CDS view. And we used to create metadata extension files, and we used to consume it. This is the old approach that is called ABAP programming model on Fiori. And what is new approach called wrap? So creating the table is normal. Creating the interface CDS view that reads from the table is also old approach. Creating the consumption view that reads from the interface is also old approach. And creating the metadata extension files is also old approach. From now, the green which I'm showing is the new approach called wrap. Okay, we will be defining entities, business objects, behavior definitions, behavior implementations, behavior projections, service definition, and service binding. This all the steps we'll be doing. Now you are telling in old approach you have less steps, but in the new approach you are talking about more steps. So generally in any latest technology the development effort will be less. Okay, but here why it is more? There is a major advantage of why we have extra steps in wrap. Why? Because suppose let us assume you have developed a wrap methodology using OData V2 service. OData has its own versions. So you have used V2 service, OData version V2. Now your client or your manager says, hey, OData V2 is deprecated. I want you to use OData V4. So generally, when we would use old approach SCGW, if you want to do OData V4, if you want to go, you have to go and develop from the scratch. Again, from the scratch everything. But with the help of the wrap methodology, not required to do from the scratch. There is a step called business service definitions. Okay, so with the help of the service definition, you will create a service binding and you will put just V4, automatically everything will V4. So this is the advantage you are getting in the wrap methodology. You're not required to go from the scratch and develop everything. You will just create a service binding with the help of service definition with V4 version, and everything which will be OData V4. So that is another major advantage of using the wrap methodology. Not only that, now you have developed a OData UI. Now you want to develop an API. You're not required to go from the scratch and develop an API. You can just develop another service binding with the help of service definition. You can create an API without any touching in the code anywhere. This is the advantage of using wrap. Now you want in the behavior projection, okay, so you have used the delete function should not be displayed. Right now your client says no, I even want a update and delete button also should not display, only create button should be. So you will not go from the scratch, you will create just a what you can say the projection and it will be done. So this is the advantage of using wrap. Of course when we start developing it I will show you like where we are going to do this. But any questions related to this one? Anyone have any questions, guys? You understood what I'm talking about? Is it clear? Anyone have any questions? No questions. Okay.
What is the difference between V2 and V4?
These are various versions, like we have S4 HANA 1909 or S4 HANA 2023 or 2025. Like that, OData is a protocol which is developed by Sun Microsystems, right? So it has its own versions. Is it clear?
I mean, what is the main difference on that?
Okay, so you are talking about the main differences of the OData. Okay, so now
Yeah.
let us assume, yeah, understood. So now in the olden approach, we used to not have a draft version concept. Okay, in the latest version, we have a draft. So what do you mean by draft? Whenever we create a draft methodology, let us assume that you have a year ending, month ending issue, month end, right, month end concept, right? Where when during the month end closing, you will not able to touch the applications. Yes or no? Correct, right? During the month end closings, you should not touch the any transactions behaviors or anything. So what we will do, right? We will develop a Fiori application with OData v4, which has the draft concept, okay, where we are going to use, and we are not able, we can store the data into the draft tables. Okay, then once the month end is over, then we can just go, and we are already filled the data. No, we can just all the data. When you click on the open the application, you click on the particular record, the data will be there. And once you click on create a button, you will not click on create button before. When you click on create a button, automatically the data will be removed from the draft tables and it will be stored in the main tables. This is the advantage of using v4 version, means features. You understood? The features will be, you advantages, features will be, it's one of the advantage of using the OData v4 version. Did I answer? These are the additional features which you can get it using the OData v2 and v4 versions. Like this, you will have lot of features which you can get it. Is it clear? Any questions? One of the I'm just, as you asked what, I just given an example.
Okay, that's fine. Suppose I have implemented the OData service using SCGW. Okay.
Okay.
Now our company is moving to the S4 HANA. So shall we go ahead for same services, or we have to implement any wrapper?
Okay. See, let us assume that you are going to S4 HANA on-premises system. Okay. And now SCGW is available in S4 HANA on-premises system. Okay. Now, if you want to go to from the wrap methodology, what you want, you have to develop from the scratch.
So I mean, in S4 HANA also SCGW is available.
Yes, it's there. It is there. It is there. But it is S4 HANA SCGW is not available in the S4 HANA public cloud.
Public cloud.
Okay. Yes, it is not available. So if you are moving your entire system to the public cloud, then you need to convert your SCGW project into the RAP or data service methodology. Okay. So the goal of everyone to the public cloud or private cloud, right? Correct. Yeah. Everyone has to move. So if you are moving to the public cloud, then you need SCGW will be they not be available in the public cloud, but it is available in the private cloud as of now. But future is everything they want to move to the RAP. Okay, so future one day even SCGW will be deprecated completely. So that time you need to move to the RAP. Is it clear? Now coming back to the differences. See, for example, in OData v2, you can expose only in XML based data only, you can format only you can expose. Whereas in OData v4, you can do JSON as well as XML metadata format. Okay, so like this you will be having lot of features. For example, in the OData v2 you will be having dollar filter, select and expand, but you will be having enhanced features into the OData v4 like dollar search and more powerful expansions. Like this differences will be there. Is it clear? Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, is it clear? You are able to hear me? Hello, you guys are able to hear me, right? Remaining people, I lost him, I think.
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Okay, fine. The next is that let's start developing one small wrap application. Okay, here you see here you have a database table which we are going to create. Okay, and we are going to use a CDS view and we are going to consume the data from the database table. And then we are going to use a behavior definition and we are going to have a creating the record, deleting the record, updating the record. We put it in the behavior definition. We'll define it. Then we'll create a service definition and we'll create a service binding, and then this service binding which will generate a OData service, and this OData service will consume in the Fiori applications. So this is what which we are going to do now. Any questions until now, guys? Anyone have any questions until now, please?
Yeah. So, hello.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. What is the difference between Fiori and RAP?
See, Fiori is a front end. It is nothing but it is a design principle. Okay.
Okay.
See, okay, we are go. If you follow the design principles of the Fiori, then it is called the Fiori application. Okay.
Suppose, I mean, right now we are RAP is also it is based on the annotation. We are able to design the front end screen also, right?
Okay.
So if you will get the complex screen logic, so in that case, which method is better? Is
I'll
it
tell.
possible
I'll tell.
the
I'll tell
RAP?
you. I'll tell you. See, wrapper is nothing but it is a developing OData service. Okay. So now I understood your question. Let me answer your question. Here we have a wrap. Using the wrap methodology, okay, I have developed the OData service. Okay. Now you have SAP has introduced a concept called Fiori templates, and SAP has introduced is called freestyle development. This is called the Fiori templates, and this is called the freestyle development. Freestyle. Okay. Now you can use this OData service, and you can consume this OData into the Fiori templates, and you can develop the Fiori application. I just said Fiori templates are nothing but a replacement of reuse ALV grid display function model. Yes or no? I just spoke, right? So see, Fiori templates means SAP has developed a certain templates so that you are not required to develop anything in the front end. There are fixed templates, that's all. You can just enhance those templates by adding the fields, that's all. You cannot do what you want to do. But you can consume this wrap OData service into the template. Inside the wrap OData service, you are adding UI annotations is nothing but your field catalog annotations. That is nothing but your field catalog, means where you are using these annotations, UI annotations, to enhance the Fiori templates. But templates are fixed. Correct. Now your requirement, you got it, where your one of the requirement is matching your using this template, you will use this template. What you will do, you will develop a wrap OData service, you will consume this wrap OData service templates. But there is a requirement number, there is another project where it is not meeting your Fiori templates. That time you are going to use a freestyle, where we are going to use SAP UI5 technology to develop Fiori applications. So what you will do for this, you will use SAP UI5 development, where where you will get the data. Still you will get the data using this wrap data only, but you will develop the front screen by using the SAP UI5 JavaScript, CSS, and HTML5 if required. Now you understood? Is it clear? Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Hello.
No, right? Okay, perfect. Now let's come back to your.
Hello.
Yeah, please tell me.
Here, sir, what is the exact role of BTP here? I mean, why we use the BTP here and what
Okay.
exactly?
So now, yeah, definitely. So what is BTP? Maybe that is your question. Is it right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So now,
And one question from my end also, sir.
what is it?
Yeah, so as we are talking about BTP, so if there is a single module with BTP or there is a several module
I'll tell. Let me speak. Let us understand what is BTP first. Okay. So SAP BTP offers variety of runtimes like Java, Node.js, Hana. Now it is ABAP. SAP BTP supports necessary runtime. For example, if you want to write the code related to the C in Notepad, we cannot run. We require a C compiler, right? If you want to run a Java program, we have to install a Java runtime, so-called JRE. Similarly, if you want to run a ABAP program, we require a ABAP layer which can understand our code, compile our code, check for syntax errors, it executes our code. So that runtime environment is part of BTP. So this is, we call it as service as platform as service. So what is BTP? It is nothing but two things. It's nothing but it is providing a runtime environment. Okay, where you can execute your code, you can compile your code, you can check for syntax errors, everything you can do. So BTP is not only for ABAP. You bring your own language. It is providing us runtime environment where you can deploy your applications, whether it is a Java, whether it is a Node, whether it is a SAP UI5, whether it is a Android, sorry, not Android, AngularJS, whether it is a React, whether it is a Python, it is going to support. And now it is ABAP also. So how we can move from normal ABAP to new one, and how can we build this side-by-side extensions? How can we build new dimensions on the ABAP RESTful application programming model? How can we create integrate transactions? That everything we can do using RAP methodology. Okay, using RAP programming model is a new vibe in the list of ABAP styles of programming, and build end-to-end business applications with the help of CDS views, with the help of behavior definitions, with the help of behavior projections, with the help of service definitions and service bindings. So now we can deploy our applications in the BTP, and you can generate the Fiori application URL, and then we can use that URL by the end user. So what is BTP? Understood? It is nothing but it is providing a runtime environment for you. Obviously, you should have a runtime environment, right? See, let us assume in ABAP, obviously ABAP is a SAP system is a predefined application which has ABAP runtime, but you can develop only ABAP applications. Yes or no? Whereas BTP, you can develop anything, any technology, whether it is RAP, whether it is a Java, whether it is a C, whether it is a Python, any technology you bring, any language I am going to support. Did I answer? What is now understood? What is BTP? Is it clear?
Yes, Bobby, thank you. And I have a question about Fiori. You said no Fiori elements, where in RAP application we are using Fiori. Fiori elements for front end designing. So in this case, if we once we design our Fiori using Fiori elements, the front end, and then the RAP, once we are service binding service. Once we've done the service binding, so we are going to checking. We can test it that the front end. In this case, if it is the same RAP, if you want to use in UI5 applications, how do we use this RAP in UI5?
That's what I said. No, that's what I said. You right. You can see it is just a OData service. You will consume this OData service in the UI5 applications.
Yeah, what service you can use in UI5 services. Same times in RAP application also, once we service binding at the time of service binding, we are using that OData. That one you mean to say?
Correct. That OData you will consume in your SAP UI5 application.
But UFI application also we are designing that front end screens, right?
That we will use XML view to develop the front end design.
Okay.
See, if you want to have a freestyle development, you need to know HTML5 knowledge, you need to know CSS, you need to know JavaScript, okay, and you need to know SAP UI5, okay. These are all the technologies you need to learn for development of SAP UI5.
Yeah, thank you. Great. And if in the RAP application, in this case for freestyle, do we want to use the Fiori elements in the RAP application?
Why you will use? You are using SAP UFI technology, then not required to use.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, if you don't want to use UI5 technology, then we can use the Fiori elements in RAP, right?
See, you are mixing here. Okay, these are all independent.
Okay.
Okay, and this is independent.
Okay.
Okay, so whether you are using a CGW.
Okay.
whether use wrap, okay, the outcome is OData only. Now you can ask me what is the difference between SCGW wrap. Wrap is bringing you the best methodologies, best frameworks, so that developer can develop the application in an efficient way. That's the difference called wrap. But outcome of both RAP and SCGW is OData only. And this OData, whether you can consume in Fiori templates, whether you can consume in the freestyle development is up to your requirement. Okay, when you use Fiori templates, there is no HTML, CSS, JavaScript code, SAP UFA code is not required, because these are templates which are already developed using this technology. It is a pre-defined template they have used. You will just consume your OData service. Then you will use this OData service. If you know your requirement has not matched according to the templates which SAP has provided, then you have to develop from the scratch using HTML5, CSS, JavaScript of the front-end design.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, in the wrap application using Fiori elements, if you are not achievable, then we will go with the UI5 application.
Correct. Your front-end design is not meeting, then we'll go. Okay. Now let's
Got it.
Now let's come back to the Please tell me.
I have one doubt.
Yeah, we'll do one thing. I'll take you. Can you put on hold on this question, because we are running out of the time? I will take your question.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Okay, that will be fine.
So now coming back to this is the development use case demo which I'm going to develop. So first is what we'll do. We create a database table. See, this is a demo. I'm just copying and pasting. If not, I'm going to create everything. I'll be writing the code. Okay, in the training. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, right? I'm just going to create some table. So I'm going to the data dictionary. I'm creating a database table. So generally what we do, we go to the SC11, we create a table, right? Okay. So now here we are going to use Eclipse and we are creating a table. So this is the future. Okay. In the future, there will be no, because they're planning, everything will be deprecated. No, GUI screens will be deprecated slowly. So everything will be development will be doing in Eclipse only. So I'm creating a table. Okay, once this is done, what I'm going to do, come back to the PPT. I create a database table. Now I'm going to create a CDS view that fetch the data from this database table. Okay, so I'll go to the core data services, nothing but CDS. So here I'm going to create a data definition. Click next. Okay, so I'm going to use JDC. I'm following the naming conventions, SD and sales demo. Okay, then click next. It is already there. Okay. Click next. Send a transport request, and here define root view entity and then finish button. Okay, now what are the table which I've created? I'm copying the table name and I'm just pasting it here. I'm just removing this one, and now I will do control space bar. What are the fields? What are that? Insert all the elements. So what are the fields which are there in the table? It will come here automatically. Is it clear? So now I'm just here. This is the where. Okay, where I'm going to have UI annotations. What is that? I'm going to have a UI annotations, where is nothing but like a field catalogs which we do in the our normal report program, and that is what I'm adding. You see, this is one annotations. These are the annotations which will enhance the template which SAP has provided. Okay. Any questions until now? No, right? So now I'm activating this one. Perfect. Let's come back to the PPT. Yes, I created a database table. I created a CDS view that reads from the database table. Now I'm going to create a behavior definition. Come here. So now to create a behavior definitions, go to the core data services, data definitions, right click on this CDS view and create a new behavior definition. Okay, here I have managed and unmanaged. If you use manage, automatically the framework will take care of creating the record, deleting the record, updating the record. The framework will take care of. There's nothing you need to write the code. Okay, so here this is what, see, creating the record, updating the record, okay, and deleting the record we'll be defining here. Once we define here, automatically the framework will take care of everything. There's nothing you need to do anything here. Okay, so now I'm just activating it. Now here, come back to the PPT. So here we have a behavior implementations. So this is a demo. I'm not going to the behavior implementations. Here we can write a ABAP code where if you want to do validations, if you want to do verifications, if you want to do actions, anything, we will be defining in the behavior definition, and then based on that we will be writing the code in the behavior implementations. Okay, so as of now we have used manage. Perfect, we have done. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a service definition. You see, I'm creating a service definition. Now right click, new service definition. Finish. So I'm consuming my CDS. You see, this is what I'm consuming. I'm activating it. See, I'm consuming my CDS. Now I'm going to create a service binding, right? Based on the service definition which we created. Right click, new service binding. Now here right now I'm using ODATA V2 version. Okay, click next, then finish button. Now I am developing my OData service using V2. Okay, then I'm just activating it. See, OData V2 version, I'm publishing it. Let me go to the table and just let me see, some dump is coming. I'll just check. We'll see what is the dump. Okay, token data must be authorized. Okay. Some issue. Okay, just give 1 second. Service binding. Now it is okay. Maybe because of some issue with the immediately. Okay, right click. See now, see, this is the OData service. Okay, so this is your OData service. Okay, now using this OData service, whether you can consume in your Fiori templates or you can consume in your SAP UFI development, it's up to your requirement. Okay, now I'm consuming in the Fiori template. By default, they have provided, you see, open Fiori element app preview URL. Click on this one, copy it. Now go to browser and just paste it, press enter. Click on advanced. Okay, now you can. So this I'm using a Fiori template to develop it. Now you can say, now you see, you were able to see these column names are coming in the table because I have added the UI annotations here. This one, because of that, it is displaying this table and with the names. Now create, delete are coming because in the behavior definition, I have kept create, update and delete. So when I click on create a button, okay, now I'm entering sales order number 1, customer name to Amazon and sales or okay, and I'm entering some amount, currency, and I'm just clicking on create a button. Okay, now it is created. Now you go back to your here. Okay, now you execute this table and you will be able to see the output. Some error is coming, some Eclipse issue, but anyway, just run again. Okay, so now you can see the data, right? So now coming back to here, go to the service definition. Okay, now I'm going to create another service binding. You see, okay, I'm not going to do anything from the development from the scratch. So I'm creating another service binding with v4 version. Okay, now OData v4, you see v4. Okay, okay, then I'm creating the say something, okay, with v4 version. Now all the features of v4 will be coming. Now I'm just activating it. Okay, see, I'm not doing anything from the scratch. Okay, I'm doing everything not from the scratch. Just I'm creating another service binding with v4. All the features of v4 will come into picture. Now right click, copy. So these are the features of the v4 version. Clear, and click on go button. Is it okay? This is what the wrap advantage. Any questions here related to this one? Any questions about this one? Understood how the wrap methodology works? And without anything huge code, you are able to achieve everything. Clear? No questions. Next, what is Fiori? Okay, SAP Fiori is not a technology. It is not a platform. It is just a guidelines to develop the user interface. If you follow the guidelines of the SAP Fiori, then it is called SAP Fiori application. You bring any technology. I don't care whether you bring Java, whether you bring anything. If you follow the guidelines of the SAP Fiori, then it is called SAP Fiori applications. So what are those guidelines? It should be role based, means designed for you, your need, and how you work. Until that application is assigned to a user ID, you will not able to access it. So this is the guidelines of SAP Fiori. Responsive, where if you say it is SAP Fiori application, then you can open that application, open the application in the desktop. Okay, you can open the application in the mobile. You can open the application in the tablet. Okay, so then it is called SAP Fiori application. Simple. Whenever you are developing any application, if you follow very simple, it should not be too much confusing, too much complex like VA01 T code. It has a lot of tabs, lot of fields, too much confusing. But when you are developing an application, if you follow very simple, focus on the important fields, then it is called a Fiori application. Then coherent provides one fluid, seamless experience. See, in transaction VA01, the look is different. In transaction of FB01, the look is different. In the transaction of ME21, the look is different. But when you are planning to develop the applications, if you follow one template, one fixed template, or one screen for all the transactions, then the end user will not get confused. So that is, it provides one fluid and seamless experience and delightful. Whenever you are developing an application, you should develop the application such a delightful, so then user will get an emotional connections, right, on the application. So if you follow all these guidelines, then it is called the Fiori application. Is it clear? Any questions? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear, guys? Now understood what is SAP Fiori? It is nothing but a guidelines to develop. It is not a technology, it is not a platform. It is guidelines to develop the user interface. That is called the Fiori application. Is it clear? Next. Next, coming back to the, we understood what is RAP, we understood what is BTP, we understood till today what of the different techniques has come, and we understood SAP Fiori. Right now, concept called S4 HANA in-app extensions. Right? What is this? These are all the Fiori apps which SAP is providing. All your user exits, all your enhancements, all your badges will slowly will get deprecated. Everything you will extend your standard Fiori apps with the concept of S4 HANA map extensions by using these tools, key user tools or UI adaptation runtime, custom fields. So using custom fields, you will add new fields to the Fiori app. Using custom business object, you will completely your SC80, 18, SC19 badges will be deprecated. Everything will be writing in the code in this one. Okay, using custom CDS view, you can develop using this app. You can develop the custom CDS view. You can develop the custom analytical queries. You can develop the KPIs. We can develop the forms. So all SAP is providing you the Fiori apps. There is no GUI only. Everything will be developing using these apps. You will enhance your Fiori apps. You can develop the KPIs. We can develop the CDS. Everything we can do. This is called the in-app extensions. Is it clear, guys?
So this is only for on public cloud only, right? Not in the private cloud.
No, it is available in your on-premises system also, all these apps.
So, I mean, in earlier discussion, we discussed about
I
whatever it
said
is.
that SAP GUI, I said about GUI will get deprecated. But what I am talking about is Fiori apps.
Okay.
Yeah, we can design Adobe form, something like that.
Yeah, there is a standard app is there. Okay.
So like whatever the functionalities we
Yes,
are using through
that's what I'm saying. The GUI will be deprecated. Everything we can do using Fiori apps. There will be no GUI in your public cloud. There is no GUI at all in a private cloud. Everything will be Fiori
Suppose,
apps.
hello.
Yeah, please tell me.
Suppose I have implemented the services, its path as SAP OPU ODATA SAP path. So
What is that?
right,
SAP?
I mean ODATA path. I'm explaining that.
Okay.
SAP OPU, SAP/OPU/ODATA/SAP.
Okay.
So we have implemented in the GUI system. What we are doing that we have implemented. We have created the data model in SCW and we have implemented the services. And again later we have issued the service in the hub system, right?
Okay.
So after that system is saving the data in the system is restoring the on path SAP OPU and OData SAP path. So in while deploying the services one system to the another system, every time we have to activate that in the quality or production.
I will take that question at last, but right now we are discussing S4 and in-app extensions.
Okay, no issue.
Okay. Any questions related to the S4 and in-app extensions? No questions. Next, what is side-by-side extensions? Okay, so let us assume that you have developed your ABAP OData service in your on-premises system. Okay, and you have developed your front-end application in the BTP. Okay, so this is called as a side-by-side extension. So because you are developing your front-end application in the BTP, and you are developing your backend service into the on-premise system. This is side extensions. Not only that, the side-by-side extension can be anything. Suppose you are developing a OData service in your on-premise system, and your third-party application is want to consume your OData service in their third-party front-end application. This is also called side-by-side extension, because he is developing in the front-end in other somewhere in other platform, and you are developing your OData service in one platform. This is also side-by-side extension. Side-by-side extensions can be anything. That is, we call it as side-by-side case. Any questions with the side-by-side extensions? Is it clear?
Bobby, sorry for the interruption. Instead of side-by-side extension, I have a question. The previous concept you said no, that previous style. There, are you extension? You said no. Is it called in-app extension?
Yes, these are all in-app extensions.
I mean, SAP build. Is it comes under the SAP build apps?
No. SAP in-app extensions is nothing but right now in olden approach we used to have a GUI T codes like BA01 or this one. Okay, SE what you can say FP01. What you will do to add new fields? You will use what? Baddies, right?
Okay. Yeah, extension.
Correct? No,
Standard,
correct?
standard
Yes.
application extension that you mean to
Yes.
say.
So now in the Fiori apps, all the GUI T codes are replaced by Fiori apps. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So now if you want to do extensions to the Fiori apps, we can use in-app extensions.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Is in-app extension for on-premises or BTP also?
It is available in on-premises as well as in BTP both. Okay. Yeah. Now coming back to the, just a second, I'm just stop sharing. So now I'm just going to bring, just give me 1 second. I'm sharing my screen back. You're able to see. So I'm talking about the detailed course. Okay. So we'll be kickstarting with ABAP CDS views. Okay, and we'll start with ABAP CDS view, syntax, table function, basic expressions, associations, built-in functions, cardinalities. Okay, and we will think. Then we are going to discuss about what is virtual data model, what is virtual elements, and then we will move and developing your RAP methodologies, and we will develop the analytical list page Fiori app. We'll be developing the list report object page Fiori app. We are going to develop the overview page Fiori apps. We are going to develop the all the Fiori apps using RAP methodology. Okay, so then we'll be deploying our Fiori application from the business application studio, because we develop all these applications, Fiori applications with Bash, and we'll deploy to our on premises, and then we'll be displaying as a tile in the Fiori launchpad by using the concept of Fiori catalogs, tiles, groups, spaces, pages, sections. Okay, and everything, activation of the standard Fiori apps. Okay, we will be activating the custom Fiori app, we will be activating the standard Fiori app, we will be activating the GUI for HTML app. We'll discuss about the Fiori launchpad designers, and everything. And then we will be moving to the extension of the standard Fiori apps. That is called in-app extensions and side-by-side extensions. Then we'll move to BTP, and we will start developing the RAP applications in BTP, or as by managed, unmanaged, all the crude operations, and development of attachments using parent and child relationships. Okay, all the things we are going to develop, and we are going to consume those RAP application into the business application studio, and we'll deploy this application in the BTP, and we will create different sub accounts, and we will move from our application from one sub account to another sub account using SAP Cloud Transport Management Service in BTP, and continuous integration and delivery in BTP. Okay, and then we are going to use SAP Build Work Zone service as a service to display as a tile in the BTP. Okay, so these are the high level topics which I'm talking about. Okay, in depth we have detailed course here. Okay, now I'm going to start a new batch from January 12th onwards. Okay, from January 12th. Okay, whatever the programs, PPTs, which I'm explaining during that day, after 1 or 2 hours, I will be uploading it in, and you will be able to download it. Okay, once the class is over, I'll be uploading after 1 or 2 hours, I'll uploading the recording video where you will be having due access for 1 year. Every Friday, I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on that week. And once the training is completed, I'll be uploading study material. I'll be uploading interview question and answers. I'll be uploading resume template. Clear?
I have one question, like for practice purpose, like you will provide us a sandbox, or
Yes,
like
there is
we have to
we are
purchase
going to
something?
develop our applications too. One is in on-premises system. There is an external vendor who is providing 2023 version. And then we'll be developing the applications in the BTP that we are going to use the trial version of BTP. No, okay.
So that platforms will be provided from your side, or like we have to
Correct.
purchase something like that?
No, yes. There is for on-premises system, there is an external vendor you have to purchase. He's charging 1,500 rupees per month, and he's providing S4HANA 2023. For coming to the BTP, SAP itself is providing a trail version. There is no charge. We are going to use the trail version to develop our applications.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Bobby, I have a question. You said no transport management, one sub account to another sub account. Is it common for public cloud as well as private cloud? Any difference is there?
See, this cloud transport management service, which I'm talking about in BTP.
Yeah.
Okay, not in the S4HANA public cloud and private cloud.
I'm talking about the BTP cloud, that itself private cloud.
See, the BTP, S4HANA public cloud and S4HANA private cloud, okay, are different ERP systems. It is not BTP.
Okay.
Okay, so we are talking about the cloud transport management. I'm talking about when you deploy your applications in the BTP and you want to move from one sub account to another sub account. This is what which I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So now coming back to this one, I'm going to start new training, new batch from January 12th onwards. Clear? Okay. Now, any questions, guys? I think I have put on hold on few questions, right? Now you can go ahead and ask me.
So what is the duration of this course?
40 hours. 40 hours.
40 hours.
Yeah. Any more questions, guys?
Timings?
Timings I will discuss. Just a second.
Okay.
Hello. Hi.
One second. I'm just